At least 6 people have died after tornadoes destroyed parts of Michigan and Oklahoma. Authorities say 3 deaths along with 12 injuries have been reported just 2 hours outside of Detroit in Branch County, Michigan. National Weather Service confirms an EF3 tornado touched down about 50 miles southwest in Cass County. 1 person has died as well. Oklahoma authorities say at least 2 others have died just 30 miles south of Tulsa.
This is kind of a shock, and but we've had things happen here at Beggs before, and we'll get through these like we have previously. It was probably 15-20 seconds, but it did. I mean, that 15 to 20 seconds did, enough damage that we can see some of it here.
Well, Main Street Fort Smith is rolling out a new initiative aimed at investing in downtown and supporting small businesses. We spoke with leaders about their new initiative designed to help the area thrive.
Our hope is that this leads to a permanent residency for this business owner in downtown Fort Smith.
That's the goal behind Main Street Fort Smith's new Commerce Collective, a downtown business incubator. The program is designed to fill vacant storefronts while giving local entrepreneurs a low-risk way to step into brick-and-mortar retail.
We are activating a vacant storefront and a vacant space, which is great for the property owner. That also means we're going to increase foot traffic and interest in downtown, and we're giving great resources to a small business owner.
Businesses selected for the program will operate a downtown space under a 6-month lease paid for by Main Street Fort Smith.
They're going to come in and they're only going to have to cover the cost for their displays and cover, their insurance for their content.
Participants will also receive guidance through Arkansas Small Business Technology Development Center at UFIS, helping entrepreneurs navigate the process of growing a business. Executive Director Amanda Hager says the program is also about changing the narrative about downtown.
This program is one of the ways that Main Street Fort Smith is trying to combat that perception that downtown is unsafe or undesirable by bringing in more businesses, by increasing the business mix.
Applications are open now through April 3rd. Businesses selected will operate the space from May through October.
We're all really working together to make this a thriving economic hub and cultural hub of our city.
The Assembly of Experts in Iran have picked Mojtaba Khamenei, the second son of late Supreme Leader, to lead Iran. It would be unacceptable to him if Khamenei's son was elevated to Supreme Leader. After announcing its decision, Iran's Assembly of Experts called on citizens to support the country's new leadership. He's the 3rd leader of the Islamic Revolution since the 1979 revolution. Analysts say while he kept a low profile for years, behind the scenes, he was considered a central figure in his father's rule, and he reportedly has close ties to the Revolutionary Guard Corps. With tensions continuing to rise in the Middle East, it's also hitting Americans in their daily lives. Opponents worry about the price at the pump and the cost of another war. It says many people speaking their minds about the strikes through protests. But Iranian immigrants here in Arkansas say the regime change was necessary for freedom. 5 News reporter Laura Castleman shows us both of their perspectives.
Demonstrators gathered in Fayetteville asking for an end to the violence in Iran, saying the strikes are killing innocent people and putting American troops in danger.
Elementary schools, they're bombing high schools, they're bombing any school, they're bombing places of worship in Iran.
This comes as the U.S. launched multiple strikes on Iranian oil storage sites, showering the city in smoke. Protesters say they fear President Trump could be starting a costly new war with the Middle East.
I think that while he told the Iranian people he was concerned about them, their freedom, I don't think he really cares about them.
On the other side, Iranian immigrant Ihsan Samani said this is a fight for freedom.
We are okay to just persist a little bit more until this war is ended, because this war was the last chance for us to survive from this regime. For those who are protesting right now against the war with Iran, I want to ask them why 50 days ago, when 30,000 of innocent people in Iran got killed in the process, no one said a word.
Samani says his focus is human rights and democracy, not war.
There is always a cost for freedom and for, reaching what you want.
Hassan told me many Iranians have been waiting for a regime change and more freedom for years. But today, protesters are urging world leaders to step in and make sure things don't get worse. Laura Castleman, 5 News.
Well, gas prices are surging as the war with Iran intensifies. In the last week, the average price for a gallon of regular gasoline in Arkansas jumped over 30 cents from last week, inching closer to the $3 mark. The national average for a gallon is now at $3.45. Diesel prices are also surging, up 72 cents a gallon from last week. Well, Missouri's Kansas City International Airport was evacuated today as authorities investigated a, quote, situation, the airport said. A post from the airport confirmed the Kansas City Aviation Department was aware of a situation and had evacuated parts of the terminal. Airport police were working with the FBI. One video shows people walking along Kansas City Boulevard, with this one showing people gathered on the tarmac outside the terminal. Former President Barack Obama's new presidential center will officially open to the public June 19th. Obama made the announcement yesterday, indicating the opening will go along with Juneteenth celebrations. The site's been under construction in Chicago's South Side since the ground was broken in 2021. The project has also been slowed by lawsuits and some local complaints. The grand opening ceremony will take place a day before and will include people who worked with and supported President Obama. Obama Foundation CEO Valerie Jarrett says the President Donald Trump will not be invited to the ceremony, but he's welcome to tour the center. Well, 2 people were arrested after 2 bomb-like devices were ignited outside the New York City mayor's mansion. The devices were thrown as tensions escalated Saturday between 2 opposing protest groups. An anti-Islam protest organized by right-wing influencer and pardoned January 6 rioter Jake Lang drew roughly 20 participants. A counter-protest called Drive the Nazis Out of New York was attended by 125 people. The NYPD says at least one of the devices was an improvised explosive capable of causing, quote, serious injury or death. 6 people in total were arrested in connection with the events that unfolded between the groups, but no injuries were reported.